Hey dudes, Dude the Builder here, and welcome to Zig in Depth. Okay, this is the first video in a video series where we're going to be learning about all things related to the Zig programming language. And first things first, this video is about installing Zig. Okay, I'm going to be doing this on Unix-like systems like Mac OS and Linux. Specifically, I'll be showing you in a Linux box. I usually during the course I'm going to be doing development on a Mac box, but the process for installation is pretty much the same. It's really simple, and Windows users also, the process is pretty much the same. Maybe there's going to be a little difference in terms of the archive format, because we're going to be downloading and extracting an archive file. But aside from that, the experience of developing it's going to be pretty much the same no matter what platform you're on. Okay. First step would be to go here to the Zig project website, which is at ziglang.org. Here's the URL. And on this website, you're going to find sample usage and some content that'll introduce you to the language and the community. Okay. There's a really important place here. It says Learn. Okay. Aside from other links, there's a really important link here, which is called Language Reference. On one single page, you're going to find here pretty much the essence of the Zig programming language itself. Okay. Up here, you can choose which version you're going to be reading the documentation for. It'll default to the master branch. The master branch is the active development branch of Zig. It has the cutting edge features that are being added to actively, and because of that, it can be a little bumpy in terms of breaking changes. If you want to be a little more stable, you can go with the branch previous to the master branch, and at the time of this recording, it's 0.11.0. Okay, that's the branch that we're going to be using during this video course. Okay. Let's go back to ziglang.org. We're going to find here on the links, the very first one, it's download. Okay. Here on the download page, you're going to see once again the master branch. Okay, because we have downloads for master branch and the latest stable it's divided up for all the different platforms that are supported. Okay. We're going to be using, as I said, the latest stable release, which is 0.11.0. Okay, and here you have the archives for the different operating systems. As I said, as you can see, we have Windows here, and in the case of Windows, we have zip files. Okay, if it's Mac OS or if it's Linux, you're going to have a tar file. Okay. We're going to be doing this example for, specifically. I'm doing this on an x86-64 Linux box. Okay, so I'll be interested in downloading this file. I'm going to copy this link, and let's move over to the terminal. Over here on the terminal, I'm logged into my Linux box, and in my downloads folder, you can pretty much put the archive wherever you want. I'm going to be using wget. Paste the link. And let's wait for it to download. See how my internet connection is going. It's pretty good. Okay, now we have that tar.xz file for 0.11, as you can see right here. Let's extract it. Tar, xf, zig, and all that. There we go. Now we should have a Zig directory here. So now what you have to do is you have to get it on your path, because right now if I go like Zig, nothing happens. If I go which Zig, it says it's not found. What I do on Linux and Unix-like systems like Mac OS is I just put a symbolic link, which is like a shortcut, to that executable in the user local bin directory. Anything that's in that directory will be in your path, usually. Okay. If not, you can create the directory and actively add that directory to your path. You can find lots of resources on how to do that, but usually it should just work. So let's change over to user local bin. Okay. And I have to use sudo here because this directory is pretty much owned and controlled by root. So I'm going to do an ln-s to create the symbolic link to downloads Zig, all that, and the Zig executable. I don't have to add any more parameters. Okay. Now if I do an LL, we're going to see right here we got Zig. The arrow shows that it's a symbolic link. It's pointing to that downloads folder, that extracted folder we just created, the directory, and that Zig executable. Okay. So I can now go back to my home directory. Let me clear the screen. And if I do now a which Zig, there you go. It says it's in the user local bin. And if I go Zig version, there you go. We got Zig version 0.11.0. Okay. Let's go back to the browser. Okay. I wanted to point out, aside from the ziglang.org site, there is a forum. The Zig community is a distributed, non-centralized community. So this is not an official centralized forum. It's called Zigit. It's just one of the many places where the Zig community comes together to help each other out. So I gotta admit I'm a little biased here because I'm the builder and I'm the one that runs this forum. But aside from that, it's a really nice place. We got really nice community going on here. Lots of helpful people, moderators in the community that helps out. People ask questions, post their projects, share their knowledge. It's really a great place. You got to check out zigit.dev. Okay. So I'm going to keep it short and simple here. This video, take it up to here. We saw how to install Zig and get it up and running on a Unix-like system. Up next, we're going to be seeing how to set up a Zig project. So here, do the builder. I'll see you in the next one.